What y'all playing? Mm, everything but the right thing. I got it. Everything but what you supposed to. I know. I know. You know it. Hell no. Hell no, nigga. I can do League Pass on my phone. League Pass for free.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16. It's 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, fighting through at the 25. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
No, I spent the whole. Nigga, I spent 500, 600 on 2K. I know.
This guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Nah.
Now Joe Mixon, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Bro, listen, I don't even want to let niggas know I spent about $300 in the last 2 weeks on Bill. Getting them like done and all.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues
You're right.
to play.
I do it for the love of the game, man.
You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through,
You're right.
now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You're right.
So on
I agree.
4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away.
No, but you're right. You're not wrong.
Big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
You know niggas ain't serious, man.
From Ohio State, it's Justin Fields. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. They've got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there for Houston. Sometimes you just got to mark.
Bro, what do you mean you ain't getting it next year? What do you mean? What does that mean, bro?
Right on the money. It's Fields. On the move to his left. Making the catch, this is the tight end Oliver. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
this defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up, and you know what's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they get hit by 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
Mitchell. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there?
Like, I bought WWE for no reason.
As far as how you're defending it.
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers for Mixon last week, 14 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick. And
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. To try again after the sack. Burrow. A throw taken in by Tylan Wallace. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's going to be tackled inside his 10-yard line. They hear a few words from his head coach on that decision. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Eluding the pressure right. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On play action, Fields. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A huge play there for Houston.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Steps away, going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Josh Oliver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Mixon with a 1st down and more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams that just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. 13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
From midfield now, Burrow. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And now out comes Houston. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked it because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Fields on first down. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Back to Mixon on second down. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And able to get it across the 20 before he gets to it.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Mixon with a first down carry. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. Oh, and Nelson spaced to operate. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. They'll run on first down. Mixon. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. 7th play of this drive to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On third down, Burrow. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Disley. He's going to grab the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. And that one's touchdown, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. Now it's Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
McPherson's kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. Just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. Just a yard pass there to the 21. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off play action, Fields. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Touchdown, Houston. Chase Claypool with another touchdown. Number 24 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It's caught at the 1. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And just a yard to go here on second down. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 71 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. On first down, it's Gregory, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A handoff to Mixon. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Call it an 3-yard pickup, and it'll be third down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Wide open receiver, complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try and get him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? Third level run, first level being the D-line, and linebacker second level in the secondary, the third. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Another try for Mixon. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Back now here on EA Sports. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. That will bring up 4th down and an 11-yard loss to boot. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm...
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run on 1st down. It's Mitchell. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stumped the run.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Here's Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Houston. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Fields going to toss this quickly out wide, complete. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Texans add on. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Cincinnati. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there. That's going to be caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And now it's blocked. The Texans have got it. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 40. 20. 10. And he takes it all the way back. And this crowd can't believe what they're seeing. Things go wrong even after a touchdown in this one. So after the blocked PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Houston set to take over. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Nifty move. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
But how you get the beta? I tried to get the beta code. They ain't give me one.
From that distance, what an effort. It results in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Burrow on 1st down. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Come on! Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth, when the ball's arriving and there's a...
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Houston's offense taking over again. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now,
looking into the snowflakes, and he muffs it. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
On 1st down, Mitchell. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, wide open. Complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Fields. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion help leading them.